You know, if you look on YouTube, there's countless and so many videos about mods, whether it's car mods, Porsche mods, Ferrari mods, Lamborghini mods. There's lots of videos about mods. Today I want to talk about the one mod that I did on my Porsche 911, on my Porsche 911 997. The one mod that I did, the very first mod I did on the car, and I've done videos on this before, and this is just me thinking about it 12 months later. 12 months later on. I did it about a year ago. I've had the car for about 14 months. So what is the best mod you can do, especially on a Porsche 997 911, especially if it doesn't have one option fitted? Let's talk about it now. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. It's Wednesday. It's Wednesday morning in London. Today we're going to talk about Porsche. I mean, you know, I really like my base Carrera. When I purchased the car, you know, there was one thing that I knew that needed changing, and I knew that it needed changing very, very quickly, and that was the sound of the car. There was really not much sound from the standard exhaust. My car's a 3.6 Carrera. It doesn't have the sports exhaust, the PSE. It doesn't have PASM. It doesn't have a lot of those options, but it doesn't have the sports exhaust. So that was one thing that I needed to be changed, and needed to be changed probably before anything else. And if you've watched my previous videos here or here, somewhere here, you'll know the story about when I changed the exhaust on my 997. Without the factory PSC, the 997 sounds pretty ordinary. It sounds pretty ordinary inside the cabin. I think when you're outside the car, the sound is probably better than what it is inside. It was a little bit too soft for me. I didn't want to get an exhaust that had any kind of droning or humming inside the vehicle. I just wanted that nice sound at high revs and at idle. And you know, I did actually find something that worked really well, and that's the Fister Hack, or the Fisto Sports exhaust from Darren Fister in California. Darren Fister does what you call as a bypass, and a bypass is primarily, really all it is mimicking the sound of the Porsche sports exhaust. A pipe is welded in between, on the core of the exhaust. A pipe is welded in, which gives you that mimicking of that Porsche sports exhaust sound. You know, of course, this exhaust is not a switchable exhaust as per the Porsche sports exhaust. It's always on. When I say it's always on, if you've watched my previous videos, it's not overpowering. So don't be worried if you haven't done this mod yet and you're thinking about doing it. It really isn't overpowering. But then in saying that, if you want a really, really loud, crazy exhaust, like something that's in a GT3 or an Akrapovic or something like that sound, you're not going to get that sound from the Fister Hack, from the Fister Sports exhaust. It's not that crazy. I think it's a good in-between. It's a good compromise. It's better than not having the PSE. It's not that expensive. It's obviously not that expensive if you live in the US. If you live outside of the US, then you have to work out, you know, how you're going to send your cores back, because you get a refund on your cores. I mean, I chose not to refund my cores, so it cost me a bit more because I didn't get that refund back from Darren Fister. I mean, the core refund is very generous. I think it's about 550 US. Darren had some cores there which I took, which were in good quality. I had a good conversation with him, and that's where I did mine. So mine cost a little bit more. Also, the shipping to Australia was really, really expensive. Of course, you know, with any exhaust purchase, and I'm not going to add this to the cost, but you have to factor in the fitment. You know, I forget how many hours it took. I mean, you can watch the previous videos that I linked before, but it took a few hours, I think, from memory to fit. It just went. So it's not, you know, it's not super cheap. But obviously, if you're in California or if you need Darren's shop, you can just drive in, he'll fit it for you. Or if you're in the US, it's a lot easier. But why I think this is the best mod? It's the best mod because at high RPMs, the sound is really, really good. Even at the lower RPMs, when you're changing gears, you hear the little burble and stuff. I mean, when you're on a twisty road, I mean, my friend was following me in us in the GT3 once, and he said the sound is really, really good. He reckons the sound sounds fantastic. Every time I get into the car, it puts a smile on my face. Every time I'm in my car park and I start the engine up on cold. and I drive out of the car park, you know, the sound of the exhaust is fantastic. You know, this is a mod that you cannot do without. You have to get the Porsche. If you don't have the PSE on your 911, on your 997, he also does them for 993s and 996s as well. But if you don't have the Porsche Sports exhaust, definitely look into the Fister. It's a really, really good option. It's quite a economical option. You know, it's not switchable, but it's really worthwhile, because every time you get in the car, you just feel that sound, you know. And you know, I've done other mods, and I love my wheels, and I love the stripe. But the thing for pure driving pleasure and smiles on your face, the exhaust is just the best one you could get. The other good thing about the Fister mod too is you can get the ceramic coating. You can get the ceramic coating. Now the ceramic coating, of course, you're not going to see the coating because it's tucked up underneath your wheel arch, the exhaust. But, you know, the ceramic coating it reduces the heat from the muffler, so it helps with engine cooling. I think it's worthwhile. I mean, it's great when you see the mufflers when they arrive, when the cores arrive, and you see them at the finish. They look like a brand new exhaust. They look pretty beautiful. The welding that Darren does, that FD Motorsports do, is the quality of the weld and the join. You know, yeah, you can get cheap muffler stores to do it, but for me, you know, I like things that have a certain quality and a certain look about them, and the Fister exhaust is just up there. I think he does a really good job. But for me, it's the #1 mod for your Porsche. For your Porsche 997 or 993 or 996, it's a great thing to do. You won't regret it, and the sound just puts that smile on your face, and the return you get every time you get in the car, it just never fades. So yeah, I would recommend it. There's lots of little things you can do when you buy your 997 or your Porsche 911. There's lots of things you can do that don't cost that much money, which give you the return for a long time. As you know, I'm not the type of person to get my hands dirty with a car. Not that I don't get my hands dirty, but not with the car. I'm not really mechanically inclined, and I don't really want to do any work on the car myself. So I really respect other channels, and I just want to do a shout out here. I really respect other channels on the internet, on YouTube I should say, that are doing interesting videos about mods and about doing themselves, especially Auto Amateur. Auto Amateur is in the middle of fitting his front apron, front spoiler, front bumper, OEM Sport, is it? Is that what it's called? I can't even remember what it's called. I shouldn't be talking about it, but you know what I mean. Check out Auto Amateur's channel. I'll link him here or here. It's a great story. He started it. I think he's going to do the back wing. At the moment he's repairing the front bumper. He's got it on his kitchen bench. It's a great video. It's good to see other people being a little bit more hands-on than me. But yeah, check it out. It's James's channel is a really good channel. Anyway, check out some of my older videos, and you'll see the process I went through to do the Fister Sports exhaust. There's also other videos on there when I added my wheels, the OEM 19-inch wheels, because I took off the 20-inch Tech Arts that are on the car. I mean, there's other mods I've done for the car, but I was just thinking, you know, the one that always gives me the smiles is the Fister Sports exhaust. This is what I love about YouTube. I love how you can go through and see other people's journey with their Porsche, especially Porsche 997s. There's a couple of guys that I always watch, you know, so, but there's a few people out there with 997s who are doing some really interesting content, and I guess they're more sort of hands-on than me because they're doing mechanical things. My problem is when I do these videos, it's always difficult because I'm always traveling and I'm in London a lot of the time, and my car is in Australia. I'd like to do more videos with the car, and when I go back to Sydney I will actually film more videos, which is what I did over Christmas as well. But anyway, thanks for watching today. If you like this video, please click that like button, because it does actually help. It does actually help me on YouTube. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please have a look through my other videos, and if you'd like to subscribe, please subscribe. And that's it for now. Thanks for watching. Till next time. Bye.